you have any question for me? Or move to the next person.
Actually, I am kind of having a hard time with the aspect of SEO.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm having issues there, kind of.
Okay. Okay. So, but what do you understand about by SEO?
Okay, by the few stuffs I've read on it, I think it's basically how you can make your work to be, searchable or found in the search engines.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, let's look into that a bit. I believe this is going to help other people too. Let me see. So I can share my screen today. All right. So, I wish I can do. Okay. Let me use something. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Trying to. So, but I think I added SEO to that course, right? Did you see it?
Yeah, I did. I did.
Did it make any sense?
A little. Yeah.
Okay. What's very difficult for you to get?
Actually, it's almost like the whole thing is difficult for me to get. Like,
Mm, 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 So the explanation in the video wasn't helpful at all.
it was like I got what SEO is all about, but know how to actually apply it. I didn't get that really well.
Okay, okay. Let me show you practical stuff. Um, I'm looking for how do I get the blog post now? Okay, I know what to get. I know what to do. Let me go to our website. Mhm. Okay, so I'm going to show you now the different kinds of SEO, right? Search engine optimization. Um, it's a bit broad. So one type of SEO is on page SEO. I don't know if I mentioned that in the video. Did I? On page SEO. On page SEO is can you see hear me?
Yes.
Let me use one of these blog posts here. Now this content, all the content on our blog post is optimized. All the content on our blog post is very super optimized. Now let me explain what I mean. Let me just copy one and use it to show you something. Now, did I add that YOAST stuff to the video? Now, if you're going to work for any company, are the rest of us following? Are we lost? The rest of us, are you following? Are you? Is it? Are you guys following? So I want us to also learn something from here.
Yes, ma'am, following.
Okay, okay. Jane is here. Okay, okay, okay. All right. So, um, now there's on page SEO. What is a page SEO? Is that's like even one of the most important kind of SEO. That is whereby you optimize your content, and then there's image SEO. Image SEO also comes with the on-page SEO. If you're going to work for, let's say you're going to work for a news writing company, you need to know about SEO because before a news content to go out, it needs to be optimized so that they can be found by search engine. If you're going to work for any company whereby you work in the marketing role, marketing department, that's usually where content comes in. Content comes in under marketing and brand and communications. So you will need knowledge and experience of SEO. So one way to practice this thing is this website now. Let me paste this thing here. Why? Let me paste this thing here. So I can show you. Let me send the website. Let me send the website to you. So you can copy this out. If I say post it now in the chat box, you can copy it out and practice with it later. This is on Page, which is one of the most popular kinds of SEO. Okay, that's the website. That can easily now, if you're writing content for anyone, this is like a free tool for you. You can use it in your smartphone. Maybe put your phone in desktop mode, or if you have a laptop, you can use this link. Now, this link is going to help you optimize any content. Let's say you're working for someone and they say, "Oh, you must optimize my content and get 15/15." Use this website, and so let me show you how to do that. So I copied a random content here and I pasted it here. So I'm going to use let me see. So let me look for a keyword, a key phrase. So let me use the word identify. Let me try identify. Identify the purpose of your content. So now I'm going to use, I want to rank in your write-up. Ken, are you following?
Yes, man, I am.
Okay, now in your content, it's very important that you use your formatting, the formatting part of your Word document. Now I'm talking about in your Microsoft Word now. On that tab, you'll see a place called paragraph or heading 1, heading 2, heading 3. Do not use bold to make your headers. Now, in by headers, I mean your title and your subheadings. Instead, use these things here. Do you get?
Yeah.
Do you know the reason why? Do
No,
you know the reason? Do you know the reason why you need to use this instead of trying to make the titles of your content bold?
no, man, I don't.
Okay, now the reason is because search engines will not recognize. They see your bold when you make something bold. They don't get it that is a title or a subheading. They only understand it when you use heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, heading 4, heading 5. And then if you're in paragraph, that's normal text. Any that says on heading, they will see it as a normal paragraph. So when you write a content without using headings to identify your subheadings and your title, the search engine will not rank it. Why? They don't rank that content. Why? Because it will assume that the algorithm will see your content as one very long content and term it unreadable. Now the point of SEO is, if your content, the more readable your content is, the algorithm of search engines were built to identify readability. So now the details, the algorithm now has codes that helps them to scan your document or your content to know if it is very optimized. It's going to come out before other people, other content. Now some contents have quality but have poor quantity. This is a very content that they are very long, well formatted, and very optimized, but they don't have quality content. But they come out as on first page. Why? Because they were optimized. So your headings, your subtitles, your titles and your subtitles must be formatted with headings within this part of your Microsoft Word document. That is the only way it's going to identify it. And then you must pay attention to the fact that under each subheading, you should have 300 or less, 300 words. or less under each subheading. Anything more than 300 words, the search engine will see it as too many words under one subheading. And in a sentence, always use shorter sentences, which means maximum of 20 words should be in a sentence. That is why, to increase readability, maintain short sentences. It's better to have 10 short sentences than to have 5 long sentences. Even someone else the point is, if someone is reading a long sentences, the sentence might lose its meaning by the time you reach your full stop. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Now, so okay, let me use this one's now as subheadings. Let me use this one as subheadings. So to explain for the because you're going to need SEO in literally every content, even on your social media content. You need to optimize them for readability. That one has its own rules. That was why I keep talking about. I keep emphasizing that you don't just pack content and pour into your LinkedIn account. You must arrange it in such a way that someone reads it, they feel like they want to read more instead of running away. Now, let me show you. So our keyword here, the focus keyword is which keyword do you want to optimize the content for? So in this content now, we want to optimize the content for identify. Now look at my SEO score. It's showing yellow, meaning how you will know that your SEO is now good is here will be green. This yellow will turn to green when it's good, right? Now look at the pointers. What I like about YOAST or YOAST is the fact that it shows you what you need to fix. This red and yellow means that you still need to fix. Okay, I have 288 words, so I need to make it a minimum of 300 words. Now the whole article must not be less than 300 words to be searchable on search engine. It must not be less than 300 words. So I need to add more words. So let me add more words. Let me add more words. Let me add more words so that so the plan here is to get 15 over 15. That means a perfect and get a green and get this in turn to green. So you see, this one we've solved this now. We have a red. So you say, please create an SEO title. What's an SEO title? So I have to give this content an SEO title. You see, I even made a mistake. Okay, one of the paragraphs contains more than recommended maximum of 150 words. That means one of the paragraphs, it means that the paragraph they mean is that under one heading, one is longer. I think this should be the one that is longer. So let me reduce it and make this one a heading. So that will solve that. Right. So let me see where it is located. Let me see where the one that's having problems. Oh, this one, not even this other one. Okay, fine. So let me fix it. Okay, this was not a plan. This was not a plan. Okay, so the plan was to have this content here. So have you seen that it has solved it now? It's saying that the copy scores your flash reading is. This is a test integrated into the YOAST to help read. Okay, if my readers read this thing, is this simple enough for them to read? Is it understandable? So the plan is SEO is the reason why you need this tool. This tool will help you to know whether your content is optimized or not. Now, the more you use this tool, the more you can just easily apply these things unconsciously without using this tool. But this tool is a good way because it will point you to the basic things on optimizing your content. Is it making any sense?
Yeah, sure.
Now, look at the explanation. It said 0% of the sentences contain passive voice. What is passive voice? The more your content is in passive voice, the more it is harder to read. Passive voice are sentences whereby the action comes first before the subject. For example, now let me use your name now, Kenneth. I will not say the chair. Okay, how will I put it now? The chair was placed here by Kenneth. That's a passive voice. Instead, I'm supposed to say Kenneth kept this chair here. So the subject must always be, that is subject in the sentence must always come first. And so if there are passive words, if passive words in your content is more than 10%, it will reduce the optimization rate of your content. So all these things will help you to know what when you're done writing your content. That doesn't mean when you're writing your content, make sure you write your draft first. After writing your draft first, you can now start checking for all these things. So that is why copy this link I sent to you and keep it somewhere. You can always use it to take your content and see, oh, is my content optimized? Where do I need to touch up or not? Now, I think that 7% of the sentences contain a transition word or phrase, which is great. So it means that you're more than, I think it should be more than 30%, right? Transition words means the words that starts between a sentence and next sentence is the words flowing in, is the words flowing into the next one, into the next one. And the other one that says 11% of sentences contain more than 20 words, which is less than or equal to. So now it means that about 11% contains more than 20 words. Remember what I said about making short sentences? So there were sentences here that were longer than 20 words in the sentence, but they were not more than 25%. 25% is the maximum, and it becomes hard to read. So now we'll be able to put an outbound. Okay, outbound link means there should be a link leading your content to another external page from the website. So if you're going to work for any company and you're going to create articles for them, you must attach a link in your content that will lead to entirely new website. So let me use one. Let me use this link now, for example, so that you see it's leading out. Let me do this. Will you be able to work now? Because this thing is not okay. So we're adding a link, an external link. You will see that it should have adjusted by now. Oh, no follow that bot link. Okay. Let me use another link. Then it's telling me it's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Okay. Let me use another link. It's a no follow link. No follow link means why is it like this? Let me get another content. Let's see if this will work. Okay. This page has 0 no follow outbound links and 1 normal outbound link. So it's okay now. So now internal links means we won't be able to add internal links because this is not a typical. This is not a typical website. So if I'm doing it on my website, I'm going to carry a link that's on the website you're working on and add it here. A link that leads into the website, not out of the website. And then I'll add images. I'll add an image in this page. And when you add the image, make sure the image contains an alt text. An alt text is like adding. Do you know what an alt text is?
No, not really.
ALT, and alt text makes your images to rank on social media. Do you know what social media? Sorry, on Google search engine. Now let me show you something. This is Google now. So let me search for. Let me just type Valucop. So I'll show you something with it. Now let's go under images. Now can you see Valucop images?
Yeah.
Now can you see this? Look at Vanguard. This is our press release on Vanguard. The reason why it showed up here is because the image was optimized. The image here, at least these other ones we are on our handles. these are all our posts over time. These are like all our posts over time, even down to the armor we had last week. These are all our posts over time. So now that alt text is, let me show you how to add it to the image. Let me use a new LinkedIn post and show you. Okay, it's not the plan, it's not the plan, it's not the plan. Let's see. Okay, sorry, just loading. We can drop our questions though, so that I won't have to drop our, let's drop our questions. Oh, sorry, yes. It's not exactly an application. It's a website, right? And also it's a website I also called a plugin. A website plugin. So if you're managing the back end of if you're managing the WordPress, if you know how to use WordPress, plugins are something that you need to be familiar with. That's a whole different training on its own, but it's not exactly a website. It's called let's just call it the web app, and also a plugin. You can install it at the back end of a WordPress website and use it to optimize your content before you publish them. So if you're going to work for any company that will help, that you need to manage content, you will need to have an idea of what plugins are and how to use a YOAST plugin at the back end to optimize content before you publish them. I don't know if that made any sense. Okay, so now we are optimizing for this. We are optimizing for. So the plan is to make this in green, and if by the time to make it green, we need. So now the SEO title. Now this is our SEO title. An SEO title is, let's add an SEO title. What do I always call it now? Identify your content. Just so this is just for testing, so it might not make sense. Through repurposing. Okay, so this is our title. So we're going to use header 1. We're using header 1. So they're telling me now, from here now, telling me now that I still need to add more words to the title so that it can, we need to add more words to the title. So identifying your content on LinkedIn through repurposing and writing and consistent content. Okay. It's supposed to be showing by now. Okay. Let's copy and paste it there. So let us check if it will exceed. Let's see. So here, we'll paste it here. So as you can see now, it's green. It's green now here. So our slug will now be, slug is now, do you know what a slug is? Do you know what a slug is?
No.
You know when you go to a website, now look at it. I don't know if you can see this top website at the top. The web link at the top. Can you see it? The HTTPS. The slug
Yeah.
is after the last slash, after the .com. After the .com, the remaining words are the slug. The remaining words form the slug. Slug is like what points they help optimization. Now you don't publish. The reason why you must put slug in your listing is if you notice some websites, they have numbers and a bunch of letters that are not readable. Even if I want to type in the website by myself, I won't be able to do that because I might mix it up and I will not be able to access the website. So the reason why I'm adding a slug is so that the the web link will be by readable and optimizable by the search engine. I don't know if you get. So any word I add in this slug now must have contain words, must contain my keywords. So I'll now add my keyword is identify. So I can add my header, and then I put, now if you look at here now, you see there's now hyphen, 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 hyphen in between the words, right? So when you go to the website, so you can put the hyphen by yourself. You can put the hyphen yourself, or you don't have to. It's already showing here, right? So because that's stop words. What does stop words even mean? Okay. Let's say identify your content. Let's reduce it. Let's see if it has corrected. So this thing will keep on correcting your content until it's perfect. You keep on using it to correct your content until it's perfect. I want to see if it is done. Let's rename slug words. So now we don't have an image here yet. So if I add image in the first paragraph of the copy, so I'll now add identify how to write. The focus keyword doesn't appear in the first paragraph of the copy, so the copy is clear. So then it's supposed to be updated by now, Sha. So it has updated now. So no meta description identified. So by the time I add images, I add an internal link, I update the slug. This thing will now be showing green very soon. Meta description, I don't have to describe. Identify is a keyword to knowing. No, those are my writing rubbish. Knowing how to propose content on LinkedIn. Creating content on LinkedIn is a sure way or sure. Now it's showing green now. So it means I need image to make this green. I need an image. But is this making any sense at all to you? And then I'm trying to do everything real time so you see it, and I'm taking a lot of our time.
Yeah, it's
Yeah?
making.
Are you sure?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I'm trying to find a way to. But let me just summarize, Sha. So by the time you add an image, internal links, and everything, you see you're almost green. Everything now is almost green, remaining these three. So then fix the three now. This one now turn to green. That's when you know that your content is fully optimized. So by the time you do this often, you'll be able to know this in off heart. So when you're creating your content, you know that your content should contain keywords. You should have all of these things for your content to be readable. Do you get? So this is a start. This is a practical way to optimize your content using YOAST. It's just a practical way. There's several things to know about SEO, but this is a practical way to apply on-page SEO to your content. I hope this was helpful.
Yes, ma'am. Very, very helpful.